temple, there was this curtain that divided the people from the presence of God, the light of the truth. And when the temple curtain tore in two, it was a symbol of saying, no longer does it have to be just the high priest on just a certain day entering into the presence of God. And oh, by the way, we have to tie a rope to his ankle, because if he's not perfectly purified ritualistically, God will smite him down and will have to pull his body out of the Holy of Holies, the presence of God. When the temple curtain is torn in two, it means this: we all have access to the presence, the light, and the truth of God. It's amazing. In the passage, notice the first one to see the great light and truth of Jesus, the centurion. The centurion. You know who centurions were? They were basically professional barbarians. Ruthless, cutthroat. More than likely, this guy was one of the guys that we saw in the Passion of the Christ, beating and whipping and tearing the flesh off of Jesus, or nailing the nails in his hands. Mocking him, insulting him, heaping all of his insults on him. A cruel, dark man. And when he sees Jesus' acceptance of the darkness of all the sin of humankind, all the sin of me, all the sin of himself, it breaks this man's heart. And at that moment, he's recognizing Jesus as who he said he was, Lord and Savior. To me, this basically means a couple things. And this is kind of where we'll apply this and we'll finish. It wasn't some super spiritual person that recognized Jesus as the Son of God first. It wasn't a rich person. It wasn't a smart person. It wasn't the most athletic. It wasn't the most gifted. It wasn't the person who had the most moral fiber in the way that they treated people and how they interacted in their communities. It was a centurion who was full of darkness. And if a centurion who's full of darkness can come to know Jesus Christ, come into the light and truth of the payment of Jesus for his sin, listen, anybody can know Jesus Christ. I don't care who you are, and I don't care what you've done. It doesn't matter. Jesus died for all sorts of sins. Jesus died for the worst of sins. He even died for the sins of someone like a Joseph Kony, who was a dictator, a murderer, a cruel man, who to this very day needs to be brought to justice. He died for those types of sins. He died for the sins that you committed. He died for the sins that you think are unforgivable can be forgiven in Jesus Christ. The whole point of him coming here was not to, as he says in the Gospels, it wasn't to just be with all the healthy people. It was to find the sick ones. To find the people who have come to the place of darkness in their soul, and they say, I know that I'm stumbling in the darkness, and if I die, I am going to stumble in the darkness and in despair forever. I need Jesus. That's all he wants. It doesn't matter what you've done. And for those of you who are followers of Christ, who are going through a season of darkness, or maybe you're getting ready to go into one, and you don't know why, and the first thing that Christians like to ask when things get bad, when it's dark in their life, is, why is Jesus making me suffer? And our automatic conclusion is we start to question who God is. We start to question, is God really loving, and does he have a purpose in this?